last day, guys. It finally got chilly here in Florida. I was a little worried because it's usually a little bit cold in Florida in winter, but this year for some reason it had to be like January so you could feel a little bit of a chill come in. And as you can see, I have my little hood, and I love winter clothes, and I could actually use it now. So great. Happy New Year's for everybody. I know it's the Gregorian calendar timeline, but hey, the whole conscious collective is fusing their energy towards this timeline. So, might as well fuse our energies to this timeline with our intentions. And what I mean by this is, and winter is the season of ending something, okay? Because usually there's nothing alive, all right, running around. Spring is the season where you have to start something new. It's actually the New Year's in spring. But in winter, what you could do is you could write a list of things that you don't want in your life, that you want to end. Let's say you smoke and you want to get rid of that habit. You could kill that habit. You could make the effort, the intention to kill that habit, okay, in winter. So then in spring, you can start all over again. And speaking of cycles, I just went through a new cycle because Mars, my first house ruler, is currently transiting my first house. So it's actually a new year, a new beginning for me, okay? Because I have Scorpio rising, and the ruler of Scorpio is Mars. So when Mars goes into the first house, or the ruler of the constellation that you were rising on, when it goes to the first house, it's actually like a New Year's for you, okay? So it's a New Year's for me, and I could feel that energy. It finally got out of my 12th house. And I wanted to speak about the 11th house, about planets going to the 11th house and the good feeling that you get when you have a planet that goes into your 11th house. Now, I had Venus, and I currently have Jupiter in my 11th house. And I had Venus there, and I had this, I was channeling so much information, so much new inspiration, like new ideas that I wanted to do, and I was just leaving, old stuff behind. But then everything skipped to the 12th house, and we're like, why on earth whoever made the zodiac would put the 12th house after 11th house? Like, why would they do that? Okay, why would they put that grim, sad, depressing house after such a good house? Okay, and I finally figured it out in the cycle. Okay, the reason why the 12th house is in the 11th, it proceeds after the 11th house, is to test you. Okay, now we all know that the 12th house is ruled by Pisces. Okay, and if we look at the tarot cards, we will see that the ruler of Pisces, the trump card, is the 18th card. The trump card is called the moon, and you see two jackals, okay, two dogs in a gateway, and you have to pass that gateway. But if you don't have a clear mind, if you don't stick to your guns, you're gonna fall and they're gonna eat you. And that's what the 12th house is. It wants to test you to see if everything that you gained, all the inspiration that you gained, the Aquarian inspiration that you gained in the 11th house, once you pass to the 12th house, it's going to test you and see if you still want it, okay? And past test will show up because the 12th house has to do with the past, okay? So you're going to have a lot of testing during this time. You're going to, find things from the past, same scenarios from the past going to tend to repeat themselves to see if you're ready. Okay, if you're ready to take whatever you got in the 11th house, if you're ready to take that to the first house. Once everything moves out of the 12th house, once you start fresh in the first house, are you really ready to take everything that you got from the 11th house, okay, to start a new cycle again, okay? So, when Jupiter is in the 11th house and it's gaining all this information for a whole year, because that's what Jupiter does. Jupiter stays in a house for a year. Once it goes to the 12th house, you're going to be more reserved, okay? So probably by September, I'll be more reserved. I can see it already. So it's going to test me to see if this Jupiterian energy that I gained in my 11th house, if I'm going to be able to take it on a grand scale, okay, because this is a bigger planet, to the first house, okay? A bigger cycle. Go in cycles. We go in cycles that have different sizes. Okay. So I hope this video helped you get a better understanding of why we have a grim house after the 11th house, such a beautiful house. And it's really because you have to keep an Anpu mind. Now Anpu is Anubis. It's another name for Anubis. Okay, you have to keep a certain discernment, your inner truth. You have to, keep your inner truth and really hold on to it and not be swayed by temptation. Okay, you have to vibrate in the vibration of the gateways so the jackals won't see you. So I hope you have a beautiful day, and namaste.